So from 1996 to 2008, I ran a birth control clinic for, excuse me, a day camp. It's a marketing thing. I ran a day camp for 200 kids aged 6 to 12. And as the director, it was my job to not only keep them safe, but entertained for 9.5 hours a day. And most of my day was spent, tracking down payments from parents and working with schedules. I had counselors to do the frontline work, but I did often get to see the kids. A couple hours a day. It's actually I loved it. It was a great period of my life, and I realized after all these years that for whatever reason I seemed to get along best with the oldest group of girls. Okay, the 11, 12-year-old girls. And I kind of figured out why that was, and it's for two reasons, okay? First of all, I talk to them like adults, okay? I tell them about my day, my weekend, my work, dating, life, with exceptions, obviously, so, and I think they appreciate that. And secondly, it's because I make an excellent target of ridicule. Okay, and 11 and 12-year-old girls, if you don't know, that's what they're into. Okay, they're getting ready for high school. Boys, they're playing football. Girls, they're making fun of each other until they cry. That's what they do. So yeah, they would make fun of me. I would make fun of myself even more. So it's a win-win. They would say, Dustin, Mr. Dustin, you got a gorilla chest. I'm Italian. It's a sign of virility. Mr. Dustin, you got girly eyes. I have long eyelashes. I can't help it. I actually find them quite pretty. Mr. Dustin, your girlfriend dumped you because you're getting fat. Well, at least my parents loved me enough to not get divorced, so I just, I thought it. No. So, anyway, I talk to them like adults, like tiny, stupid, socially unrefined adults, and that's how, and Clara, she was, she was smart, she was funny, and I'm not allowed to say that I had a favorite, so she wasn't my favorite, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, and I learned how to spell the word Henri because of her, okay, so, anyway, one day she was razzing me about my girlfriend who broke up with me because I put on a few pounds, okay, anyway, not important. So anyway, she's razzing me, and then she said, "Oh, you should date Miss Stephanie." See, Miss Stephanie was Claire's counselor, who I had actually started dating a couple weeks ago, and for reasons I really don't feel like I need to explain as the director of the camp, we weren't going to tell the kids, certainly the counselors, or Mr. Jeff, my boss. Yes, I had a boss, so. I don't like Miss Stephanie. Girls are gross. Anyway, so she, just then Miss Stephanie walks by and she says, "Hey, Mr. Dustin." And so I said, "Hey." I swear, to this day, not knowingly any different or sexy or anything. It was just, "Hey," not like, "Hey." Or, "What's up, girl?" And it was just, "Hey," But then Clara gets this look in her eye like, "Oh my God, you're dating Miss Stephanie." And now, I'm in trouble. This is a situation, I don't know, all she needs to do is start a rumor, even if she doesn't really know, and then, who knows, and I'm like, could I get fired? So I start to employ these, this escape strategy. And the first thing I tried to do is, blatantly lie. Like, Miss Stephanie, why would I? No, that's just why would I? And frankly, why would she? No. This is just she's like, "Oh my God, yes you are. I am telling Tessa and Mr. Jeff." Oh, okay. You know what, Clara? You tell this little fairy tale to whoever you want to, okay? Because frankly, it's okay. You listen to me, you little shit. If you tell anyone, and I mean fucking anyone, I will go to your house and kill your kittens, okay? So, she just had this Hannah Montana-like glow that you only get when you have a secret that's pretty juicy, and you're the only one that knows it. So I'm starting to tread on some serious ethical territory here, trying to figure out how to snuff this problem. So I grasped for something. I just went all lawyer on her. Like, you know, Clara, you have no empirical evidence to support your fiduciary claim. Any conversational proof you use is hearsay, and therefore a testament to your ignorance of both matters of the law and of the heart. Yeah, she was noticeably unfazed by this, and all. And so now I've relinquished control of the situation to this overly intuitive poker prodigy. And I don't, you know, like I said, I don't know if I'm my job, my career, you know, what's you know. So at first, there was just a little razzing, like just a little. Every time Stephanie would walk by, she'd shoot me a little, you know, look or a kissy face, and you know, and then you know, and I didn't know what to do. I had something to do. I went and did it, and then I found myself at lunch. And lo and behold, here comes little Clara, standing right next to me. And she says, you know, Mr. Dustin, I really want some Dippin' Dots. Well, you should have thought of that before you spent your money on your pizza. She said, yeah, I know, but see, what happens when I don't get things that I want, sometimes I do things with information I should. Yeah. So now I'm getting blackmailed by this little girl, and frankly, I don't, you know, I didn't know what to, I'm not proud of this, but I bought her the Dippin' Dots because I don't, you know, what am I going to do? I'm backed into a corner, and I think part of me thought, you know what? If I do this, then I can use this later against her. This blackmail, you know, it's probably just a pansy. But anyway, so now I'm like, okay, how do I get out of this situation? And you know, I don't need my entire affair broadcast to the camp because this little, you know, mini oracle just isn't the line leader. So I'm like, okay, I had to come clean. And I walked up to my office and I got Mr. Jeff and said, you know, Jeff, I just called him Jeff. I messed up, okay? I'm sorry. You know, Stephanie and I kind of started seeing each other, and you know, it was an accident, it was a party, it was, you know, and he stares right behind me at the wall where I have my certificate of completion of a sexual harassment seminar, actually up on a cork board, and I'm like, yeah, I know, okay, it wasn't, you know, I can cut it off. He's like, you dog, I knew you were hitting that, so this went better than I thought. And so the next day, I went back down, and I had my own little glow about me at lunchtime, and Clara's looking at me, and I looked at her, and I said, hey, Clara, do you have money for lunch? And she said, yeah. And so I took $4 from her, and I bought myself some Dippin' Dots to celebrate. And I am proud of that. Thank you very much.